Good morning and welcome to Recruit Training Command and today's graduation. We are very excited to have all the family and friends of our sailors, both here and online, because you are about to watch the formal transition from recruits to full-fledged sailors in the world's greatest and most powerful Navy. As we honor the accomplishments of America's best and brightest, we must also honor the family and friends of these new sailors. Without you and your steadfast support and devotion, this day would not be possible. Throughout our nation's history, the secret to our military's success has always been the military families that stand the watch at home and support their sailors. The Department of the Navy has made the determination that the men and women graduating today have what it takes, and that is thanks to you. So on behalf of the United States Navy, thank you for the support and care you provide. This celebration is not just for the graduates, but for you as well. Take special pride in what your sailor has accomplished and the tremendous journey they are about to embark on. They are our future. Thank you again for your support and all you do to keep America safe and strong. Enjoy this ceremony. It gives me distinct pleasure to welcome you to our Navy family.
and daughters will graduate today.
Delaware,
Pennsylvania, New Jersey,
Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts,
Maryland,
South Carolina,
New Hampshire,
Virginia, New York,
North Carolina, Rhode Island, Vermont,
Kentucky, Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana,
Mississippi,
Illinois, Alabama, Maine, Missouri,
Arkansas, Michigan,
Florida, Texas, Iowa, Wisconsin,
California, Minnesota,
Oregon, Kansas, West Virginia, Nevada, Nebraska,
Colorado, North Dakota,
South Dakota, Montana, Washington,
Idaho,
Wyoming, Utah,
Oklahoma,
New Mexico, Arizona,
Alaska,
Hawaii, District of Columbia, Puerto Rico,
Guam,
American Samoa, Northern Mariana Islands, Virgin,
state flags, order, arms. And now we invite you to join the staff of Recruit Training Command in welcoming the graduating divisions with their applause as they enter Midway Ceremonial Hall and are announced in the following order.
Division 0, A3. Division 0, A4. Division 0, A5. Division 0, A6. Division 0, A7. Division 0, A8. Division 0, A9. Division 0, 9-0. Division 0.
Division 092. Division 093. Division 094. Today's graduating performing units are Division 912 and Division 913. Division 912 provides the arrival honor staff, honor guard, and recruit review commander, adjutant, and graduates who provide support assignments for today's ceremony. Division 913 provides the state flag, color guard, and drumline units for today's ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, you may be seated. Thank you. Divisions, right. Face. Section leaders, fall out and collect outer garments. Divisions, counter, march. Divisions, hold.
Prepare for review. At a normal interval, dress left, dress. Ready, front, left, face. At close interval, dress right, dress. Ready, front, right, face. Hurry, rest.
If your sailor is reporting to Naval Station Great Lakes for follow-on training today, you will experience some waiting as your sailor checks in. As you wait, the National Museum of the American Sailor welcomes your visit. It is conveniently located just past the main gate of Naval Station Great Lakes with plenty of parking, free admission, and a helpful and friendly staff. If you find yourself without a seat, the North End bleachers are available for everyone.
It's really important, there's a promise that we make as a nation to our service members and that they make to one another, that no one will be left behind, no one will be forgotten. And this is how the nation executes that promise. This is how we go about fulfilling that.
One of the main differences of what people expect when to happen when they see it on TV or in the movies versus the reality of working in a human identification lab or a crime lab is that DNA results don't come back within that 30-minute episode. It takes oftentimes very much longer for any of the analytical tests that we do to yield a result that we can use in the laboratory. The USS Oklahoma project was one of the main first projects that we've had to do as a concerted effort for a project, and we just recently hit the 200 ID milestone this past week or a couple weeks ago.
The whole reason that we were able to do these disinterment projects is that now, with the science and the technology that we have, we can make the argument that these remains that have been unidentified and unidentifiable for over 70 years, now we have the capability to identify them. So the Oklahoma, was sort of the pathfinder, the way forward that showed we can be successful doing this. And so based on their success, we made the argument to disinter the West Virginia and the California. And so, yeah, the expectations are identical that we will be able to identify all or nearly all of the individuals from those two ships that are still unidentified.
The amount of effort that goes into recovering these remains and to making identifications, it's oftentimes a lot of hard research and analysis prior to even getting to go on an investigation or a recovery or an exhumation if it was a disinterment. And then once the remains are accessioned into the laboratory, be it from field work or from exhumations from cemeteries, there's just a large amount of information that we have to take in and analytical tests to perform that all kind of coalesce to become a picture of an individual identification.
I'm always surprised to hear that folks aren't aware that we're doing this, and so it's really important to me to be able to spread that word so that the people do know this is something that's ongoing, and even if it takes 75 years or longer, we're not going to give up, we're going to keep trying.
That morning was unbelievable.
We were working at the township hall.
I was in the Philippines.
I was at my first job ever out of high school.
6th grade, first period.
The instructor came into the classroom and said, there's been a tragedy.
And at first I thought it was a joke.
Kind of a hoax.
Honestly, I couldn't believe it.
Teacher had the TV on and she was crying.
And that's when we saw the second plane struck.
When it happened, my first reaction is, what? That could never happen.
I just didn't understand it because I was just young at the time.
It was something that I will never, ever, ever forget.
We on the ship like to think that the 3,000 people that died that day kind of watch after us.
It's actually a very beautiful ship. If you look at the lines and the angles that she has cosmetically, she's a very sleek-looking machine.
And so by having all of the angles that we have on board and having everything tucked away and hidden makes us look very small on radar. The primary mission of the New York, which is an LPD, it's a landing platform dock, is to carry Marines. We can carry about 700 Marines on board and all of their equipment to just about any place in the world.
We're multi-mission capable, and that makes us an effective fighting platform.
Count on set, 236 knots.
30 seconds, stand by.
LCAC stands for Landing Craft Air Cushion. We can load an M1A1 tank on there, 2 AAVs, MTVRs, 5 tons, Humvees with trailers, water buffaloes, you name it, we can carry it.
And what that allows us to do is, with our lower radar cross-section, be just off the coast where it's far enough that they can't really reach us or see us. And with their speed of advance, can put a lot of Marines on the beach quickly. So in essence, we can build up our combat power ashore before they know we're really even there.
This ship represents so much more than just being a ship in the water. We have a flight deck with 2 main spots and 6 expanded spots.
The ones that the ship was really designed for is the MP-22 Osprey. And the way my flight deck is set up, I can actually have 4 on deck at a time.
It's stressful, it's a ballet. When everything comes together and all my guys are working well together, it's fantastic.
It is a pretty strong deterrence when we come into your waterway. We bring a lot of capabilities with us so that we can remain an instrument of freedom and peace. Where most of the world thinks about September 11th just once a year, we carry that responsibility forward. I grew up in the Bronx in the James Monroe houses where we lived right down the street from a fire station. I said to the detailer, I really want to serve on that ship, really means a lot to me, in some small part because of what she means and the responsibility that we have in honor of what the ship stands for.
If this ship represents something, it's
May I have your attention, please? For the remainder of the review, no one will be permitted to pass in front of the review stand. And we ask this as a courtesy to our reviewing officer. Photography is certainly encouraged, but we ask that you remain seated and off the drill deck. The photographers you will see on deck throughout the review are the official photographers of Recruit Training Command. Division commanders, left or right, face, parade, rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I am Lieutenant Peters, Recruit Training Command's Drill Division Officer. I would like to welcome you to today's Pass and Review. Today, you will see 16 divisions comprised of 1,322 sailors participate in their graduation ceremony and soon join the most powerful Navy in the world. Please draw your attention to the unit position at center deck. There is the review commander and staff. The review commander is responsible for conducting the graduation ceremony. Today's review commander is Seaman Apprentice Antonio Barboza from McAllen, Texas. Let's give him a hand, folks. Performing today is a triple threat unit on their 4th week of training. State Flags Unit and Staff Unit on their 8th and final week of training. These units are comprised entirely of recruits. During their night of arrival, all recruits are placed in divisions of 88 personnel and assigned their division commanders. Recruit division commanders form the backbone of recruit training and are the key individuals in the life of every recruit. Division commanders must serve as counselors, disciplinarians, administrators, and military leaders. Above all, they must show themselves as outstanding examples of military bearing, appearance, attitude, and behavior. Each division also has a recruit chief petty officer. This is the senior recruit who supervises the divisional staff, positions, and leads the division in the absence of their division commanders. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce the graduating divisions, their division commanders, and recruit chief petty officers. As I introduce each division, they will raise the competitive flags that they have earned throughout their training. Please hold your applause until all introductions have been completed. I'll be starting from their right. Division 081. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Shekinah Lee. Petty Officer First Class Kyle King. Petty Officer First Class Emmanuel Morgan. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Keanu Peacock from Waldorf, Maryland. Division 082. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Christopher Wagner. Petty Officer First Class Benjamin Harris. Petty Officer First Class Blanca Arredondo. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Davian Yeomans from Jacksonville, Florida. Division 083. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Michael Gione. Petty Officer First Class Malik Leslie. Petty Officer Second Class Brittany Solano. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer, Seaman Marina Samaro from San Bernardino, California. Division 084. Commanded by Petty Officer First Class John Jenkins. Petty Officer First Class Peter Choop. Petty Officer First Class Heather Bonamico. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Samantha Schaefer from San Diego, California. Division 085. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Ryan Quinn. Petty Officer First Class Dalin Latanzi. Petty Officer First Class Lavin Hadley. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Karina Gallegos from Raleigh, North Carolina. Division 086. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Jessica Barnes. Petty Officer First Class Rafael Espinoza. Petty Officer First Class Carlos Hudson. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Madison Anderson from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Division 087. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Ricardo Rodriguez. Petty Officer First Class Juan Gomez. Petty Officer First Class Orion Whetstone. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Hector Ramirez from Fulton, Kentucky. Division 088. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Zachary Bristol. Petty Officer First Class William Geen. Petty Officer First Class Sean Tracy. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Cody Doherty Story from Billings, Missouri. Division 089. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Lawrence Alley. Petty Officer First Class Roger Roselle. Petty Officer First Class Jasmine Robinson. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Jasper Thomas from Boynton Beach, Florida. Division 090. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Carl Hadich. Petty Officer First Class Benjamin McCarter. Petty Officer Second Class Jodaner Casey. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Marvin Webster from Jacksonville, Florida. Division 091. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Scott McKenna. Petty Officer First Class Nicholas Abbott. Petty Officer First Class Victor Moreno Farfan. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Elijah Simpson from Houston, Texas. Division 092. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Jordan Laporte. Petty Officer First Class Anthony Harrison. Petty Officer Second Class Sean DeLong. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Kevin Bryant from Kentwood, Louisiana. Division 093. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Andrew Baldwin. Petty Officer First Class Desmond Mahone. Petty Officer Second Class Paris Leonard. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Jacob Wall from Colorado Springs, Colorado. Division 094. Commanded by Senior Chief Petty Officer Alejandro Velez. Petty Officer First Class Ronald Roquino. Petty Officer First Class David Lopez. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Aubrey Atkins from Destin, Florida. Division 912. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Luis Carrasco. Petty Officer First Class Scott Gibson. Petty Officer Second Class Jessica Mascaro. and the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Connor O'Dowd from Jackson, Michigan. Division 913. Commanded by Chief Petty Officer Stephen Danieley. Petty Officer First Class Tiffany Kelsaw. Petty Officer First Class Wayne Morrison. And the Recruit Chief Petty Officer Seaman Paige Rossi from 29 Palms, California. On behalf of the Commanding Officer and staff of Recruit Training Command, we congratulate these division commanders and Recruit Chief Petty Officers on a job well done. In a moment, you will see the ceremonial side boys, boatswain and honor guard take their places for arrival honors. This time-honored tradition is our formal greeting to this morning's reviewing officer. When requested by the announcer, please stand for arrival honors, marching on of the colors, the national anthem, and the invocation. As a reminder, military guests shall remain covered throughout the entire graduation ceremony. And ladies and gentlemen, one final note. As befitting the importance of this occasion, our ceremony is conducted in a formal manner. However, we do encourage you to participate in today's graduation ceremony by letting your applause show your sailors just how proud of them you are. Once again, welcome aboard.
Divisions! Attention!
Will the guests please rise and remain standing for the arrival of the official party? Recruit Training Command arriving.
Order, arms.
Naval Service Training Command arriving.
Order, arms.
President Naval Postgraduate School and Vice Admiral, United States Navy, retired, arriving.
Order, arms.
The guests may be seated.
Good morning, Honor Guard, standing by for inspection now. Inspection out. Got it, man. Right shoulder. Up. Close right. Up. Right. Right. Forward. Mark. Left. Left. Left.
Color guard! Parade the colors!
Will the guests please rise? Present arms.
Order! Arms! Retire the colors!
Present arms. Order arms. Chaplain Rodriguez will offer this morning's invocation.
Let us pray. Almighty and eternal Father, as we gather together in this celebration full of achievement with committed and successful sailors, we bow our heads and hearts in gratitude for the lives of these brave young men and women that have transitioned from civilians into sailors. We thank you for their families and loved ones. We pray for them to always be aware of the importance of honoring the United States Navy, defending freedom and democracy around the world. We pray for them to always remain physically, mentally, and spiritually tough. Such a state of their whole being will help them embrace the necessary resiliency for the mission they are called to achieve. God, help them understand that they are being God's farther than they are doing, and in life, who we are precedes what we do. We thank you for the lessons they have received from their instructors and our leaders in Recruit Training Command Great Lakes. From now on, new challenges will come to their lives. Help them be mindful of your presence, protecting them and their families, while they represent the values of honor, courage, and commitment, as well as the attributes of integrity, accountability, initiative, and toughness, as they defend the greatest nation humankind has ever seen, the United States of America. May your grace, mercy, and blessings be upon us all. Amen.
Our guests may be seated. At this point, the commanding officer would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Then the unit commanders would face about and relay the information to their divisions. Today's events show how orders are passed through the chain of command.
Divisions, report. Very well. Very well. Very well. Very well. Very well. on the count of 4, sir.
Very well. The Sailors Creed!
Good morning, Captain. I present the graduating divisions. Request permission to commence review.
Very well. Commence review.
Aye, sir.
Hurry! Rest!
Sound off! Good morning. I'm Captain Eric Thors, Commanding Officer of Recruit Training Command. Before we go any further, we got a lot of folks here. I think some took a little longer to get here, but it was worth the wait, I'm sure. We're going to give you an opportunity to get some of that energy out. So on the count of 3, I want you to scream, stomp, clap, do whatever the heck you got to do, get it out of your system, but make sure these sailors know how much we love them. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, let it go. Ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where our Navy heritage meets the future and where these young men and women enter the profession of arms. Division 912 and 913 graduate today. Division 912 is a staff unit providing arrival honor staff, honor guard, recruit review commander, adjutant, and support for the ceremony. Division 913 is a state flags unit providing the 50 state flags, District of Columbia, and U.S. territory flags, drum corps, and color guard. Please join me in giving them a hand for their outstanding performances. Welcome to our reviewing officer, Vice Admiral Retired Ann Rondeau, President, Naval Postgraduate School, and Rear Admiral Jamie Sands, Commander, Naval Service Training Command. I would also like to welcome all the veterans in our audience for their service to our country. Would our veterans please stand? At this time, I would also like to welcome 2 of our Gold Star families, the Mansour family and Mr. Dan Robinson. Petty Officer Michael Mansour was a Navy SEAL killed in Operation Iraqi Freedom and posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor. Petty Officer Mansour smothered a grenade with his body, absorbing the resulting explosion and saving his comrades from serious injury and death. All 3 of Mr. Robinson's sons, as well as his father, trained at Great Lakes. His son, Senior Chief Heath Robinson, was a Navy SEAL who died in Afghanistan on August 6, 2011 as a member of Extortion 17, the single largest loss of life to Naval Special Forces. Please join me as we recognize these 2 Gold Star families. I am pleased to welcome the families and friends of these graduates who have come here today to share in this significant milestone with our newest sailors. The men and women of Recruit Training Command are dedicated to providing the United States Navy basically trained, physically fit, and sharply disciplined sailors like those whom you see before you. They and others like them serve as the bedrock of our naval forces. They give our Navy its combat edge, and they enable us to help keep this nation secure. These sailors have successfully completed 8 weeks of demanding recruit training. They have recently demonstrated their knowledge and courage during battle stations. They have earned the right to wear the uniform recognized throughout the world as a symbol of freedom. This training group is ready to graduate and serve in the world's most powerful Navy. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you 1,322 of the newest and sharpest sailors in the United States Navy.
Recruit Training Command's competitive system among individual recruits and divisions promotes teamwork, attention to detail, and pride in accomplishment. Divisions performing above standards throughout their training are awarded recognition flags in 5 mission areas: academic achievement, military drill, compartment readiness, applications, and physical fitness. These flags are carried as a visible symbol of the division's success. Each flag indicates that your sailors, individually and as teams, met performance standards in 1 or more mission areas. A division that excels in every phase of training qualifies for the Battle Efficiency Honor Division recognition and is awarded the Battle E Honor Flag for this exemplary achievement. Division 912 has earned this honor today, and we congratulate them on a job exceptionally well done. Vice Admiral Rondo will now present this week's individual awards, and she'll be joined on the drill deck by our commanding officer, Captain Thors, and Commander Naval Service Training Command, Rear Admiral Sands.
Good morning, Captain. Seaman Apprentice Barboza reporting. Very well.
It is our pleasure to recognize the review commander for today's ceremony, Seaman Apprentice Antonio Barboza, Division 912 from McAllen, Texas. Throughout his training, Seaman Apprentice Barboza has exhibited great pride in naval service and has consistently demonstrated his potential as an effective leader. He has maintained a high standard of personal appearance and displayed excellent military bearing and command voice. Congratulations on your outstanding achievement. Well done, sailor!
Good morning, Admiral.
Good morning, Captain. Seaman Jacobson reporting.
Very well.
For achieving the highest overall academic score during recruit training, Seaman Susanna Jacobson, Division 913 from Holden, Massachusetts, has earned the Academic Excellence Award, which is sponsored by the Lake Defiance chapter of the Illinois Society of the Sons of the American Revolution. Seaman Jacobson receives a letter of commendation from the commanding officer. Well done, sailor!
Good morning, Captain. Seaman Dornan reporting. Very well.
For having displayed extraordinary qualities best expressing the American spirit of honor, initiative, and loyalty. Seaman Jonathan Dornan, Division 912 from Denver, Colorado, is awarded the Navy League Award, which is sponsored by the Navy League of the United States. Seaman Dornan is presented with a commemorative plaque and a letter of commendation from the commanding officer. Well done, sailor!
Thank you, Admiral. Good morning, Admiral. Thank you, Admiral.
Good morning, Captain. Airman Lay reporting.
Very well.
Airman Lindsay Lay, Division 913 from Muscatine, Iowa, is the winner of the United Service Organization Award for best exemplifying the spirit of intent of the word shipmate. Airman Lay is given a commemorative plaque from the United Service Organization. Well done, sailor!
Good morning, Captain. Airman Apprentice O'Dowd reporting. Very well.
Airman Apprentice Connor O'Dowd, Division 912 from Jackson, Michigan, is the recipient of the Military Order of the World Wars Award of Merit. This award is presented for meritorious performance during recruit training. Airman Apprentice O'Dowd is presented with a commemorative plaque from the Military Order of the World Wars. Well done, sailor! The Military Officers Association Leadership Award is presented to Seaman Apprentice Elvic Buat, Division 089 from Palm Bay, Florida, for demonstrating exceptional tenacity and professionalism. Seaman Apprentice Buat is awarded a letter of commendation from our commanding officer. Well done, sailor! Seaman Sayer Whiteley, Division 085 from Tulsa, Oklahoma, is the recipient of the Navy Club of the United States of America Military Excellence Award for best exemplifying the qualities of enthusiasm, devotion to duty, military bearing, and teamwork. This award places her at the pinnacle of today's newest sailors. She is awarded a flag letter of commendation. Seaman Whiteley, the staff of Recruit Training Command salutes you as the finest of this group of graduates. Well done, sailor!
Divisions, attention!
It is appropriate to recognize such outstanding individual accomplishments by these sailors with a round of 3 cheers. The adjutant will lead all graduating divisions in 3 cheers for this morning's award winners.
Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
I have the distinct pleasure this morning of introducing our reviewing officer, Vice Admiral Retired Anne Rondeau, President, Naval Postgraduate School. She holds a Bachelor of Arts from Eisenhower College, New York, a Master of Arts from Georgetown University, D.C., and a Doctor of Education from the College of Education at Northern Illinois University in DeKalb. Retired Vice Admiral Anne E. Rondeau was appointed as President, Naval Postgraduate School on January 29, 2019. Prior to appointment, Admiral Rondeau served as the 6th President of the College of DuPage, and her most recent military position was as the President of the National Defense University in Washington, D.C. In 1985, she was selected and served as a White House Fellow in the Reagan administration. Among her subsequent duties, she served as Pentagon Director, Chief of Staff for the U.S. Navy Staff, Commander, Navy Personnel Development Command in Virginia, Commander, Naval Service Training Command at Great Lakes, Pacific Fleet Staff Chief of Staff in Hawaii, Commanding Officer of Naval Support Activity in Tennessee. Admiral Rondeau retired from the U.S. Navy as a 3-star Admiral in 2012. She then served as a partner and later independent consultant with the IBM Watson Group. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in a warm Recruit Training Command welcome to an outstanding sailor, Vice Admiral Anne Rondeau.
Good morning, America. This is a great day in America. Good morning to parents, to family, to friends, and to our new sailors. Good morning. It's a great day of gratitude. A gratitude for all of those who trained and coached these new sailors. It's a great day of gratitude for family and friends and those who would support these new sailors. It's a day of gratitude. And we see in these sailors somebody different. But today, we also know that they see us and our nation differently. They are United States sailors. We are sailors and those who would support them. And I am a United States sailor. The legacy and the identity does not leave us, because ultimately every sailor knows that they have in their being the heart of a sailor. Do you know about that heart? Can you feel that heart of our new sailors? It beats for the nation. It beats for us. It beats for mission, and it beats for winning. Do you feel that heart that steadies the feet, that makes the feet sure as these sailors stand? They stand firm in defense of America. If you feel that heart, it is what feeds persistence, resilience. It is what feeds all the bravery and the courage. It is that heart and those firm feet that were part of our traditions and our legacy. It is the heart and the feet of Petty Officer Doris Miller, who in Pearl Harbor stood firm, stood fast, and he was a sailor who was a firefighter first. He was a sailor who we named after him a destroyer, and now for the first time in the history of the U.S. Navy, we have an aircraft carrier named after that sailor, Petty Officer Doris Miller. He had a heart, and he had feet that made the heart strong, and a heart that made the feet firm. And in that heart, we find our courage. The courage that supports honor and that makes commitment true. In honor, courage, and commitment, it is the heart and the courage that counts most of all. It is the courage to be able to know that we were born with talents and with weaknesses and strengths, but the courage to march on and do what we need to do and do what's right. It is the courage that feeds intellectual, mental, moral, physical courage, and it is the courage that says that I will get involved when things need to be better, and I will get involved and move forward when I can improve things. It is the courage of the firefighter who says, I will go to where the danger is in order that others will be safer and better. I will keep the ship alive. I will fight the fires. I'm a sailor. I am a United States sailor. No one is perfect. No one has perfect courage. But it is the courage, the heart, that make us true. It is the courage that says, I am a United States sailor. I will win. I will win at all costs, because I know that I matter to that mission. I know I matter to that fight, and I know I matter to the goodness of this nation. I am a United States sailor. I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and no enemy will shatter my will. No enemy will lessen my courage. No enemy will kill my heart, and no enemy will not let me stand firm in what I know is right. Ladies and gentlemen, and to the sailors here, know that these are sailors and that America is truer and better and stronger for their commitment, for their honor, and for their courage. For all of these sailors are firefighters first, but most of all, in themselves, they have the heart of the winner, the heart of the fighter, and the heart that says, I will stand, I will win, and I cannot be beaten. This, ladies and gentlemen, and all of you, this is who we have in America. What a great day for America. I am a United States sailor, and I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and and domestic. And for that reason, America will stay strong, will stand strong, and we will win. Thank you.
Forward, platoon, formation, march!
Vice Admiral Rondo will now receive the salute of the graduating divisions, and she will be joined on the drill deck by our commanding officer, Captain Thors. Please remain seated until your graduates have been placed on liberty. Please join me in one more round of appreciation for our wonderful musicians of Navy Band Great Lakes. Flags. Post. Section leaders, fall out and retrieve outer garments. Midway Ceremonial Drill Hall will be closing at the conclusion of today's graduation. Please check the area around you to ensure you have all your personal possessions. For those families with strollers, please retrieve them as you exit the drill hall. And as a reminder to all graduating sailors, ensure that you are in proper uniform of the day prior to exiting the drill hall. Thanks again to each and every one of you for joining us on this most memorable of Navy days. And now, without further delay, now hear this, now hear this. Liberty call, liberty call, fall out. Run into all that.